everybody, and welcome to my channel. This is my very first episode, and well, actually, it's the second one because I recorded the first one and I found out that it was the wrong format after like 5 days of trying to edit it, and so now I'm having to record another one. But that's okay. Life goes on. Not for me. Either way, I'm just really happy to be back here again. I really love talking about books. I really love the book community that is online. I will say that I feel like it's gotten a little, like it seems like everybody is just reading the same books and they're only reading them because everybody else is reading them. So I don't necessarily really appreciate that. I feel like there's so many books out there that deserve to be read, that are life changing and just beautiful. And nobody's really tapping into them just because they're not famous on like Book Talk, or I think it's called BookTube on YouTube or something like that. And I would like to change that. I would like to read a book because I want to read it, not because the book community is telling me to read it or is telling me not to read it. So, the first video that I made, I talked about all the books that I read in 2024. But I really don't want to make that video again just because I feel like if I re-record it, it's not going to be genuine. So I figured I should probably move on, especially because it's like the middle of January. Nobody cares what books I read in 2024 anymore. This is all about 2025. So let's keep it that way. We're gonna jump right into it. So I figured instead of talking about 2024 books, we should talk about 2025 books. So my TBR. And for whoever's new in this book community, TBR just stands for to be reading. So this is books that I'm gonna be reading in 2025. And you will notice that some of them I've bought, some of them I got from the library, and some of them I just don't have yet. So I'm going to be putting them somewhere up here or around me or something, wherever they fit. I know there's so many content creators out there when it comes to the book community that just go out there and they buy all these books that they want to read, and that's amazing and that's fantastic, and I'm so happy for them. Me personally, I just don't like doing that. I prefer to read a book first. If I love it, I will definitely buy it. If I don't like it, but I had already bought it, it just makes me feel a bit like I wasted my time. So I usually prefer to go to the library, which I really love and enjoy because that's where I got my love for books. So I want to, you know, keep my OG with me. Okay, so I wrote my TBR on my computer so that way no matter what happens, and I have it on my phone too. So that way, if I lose my computer or I lose my phone or something happens, I have both because my TBR list is very important. Without my TBR list, I am lost. So I'm gonna be reading from my computer for my TBR list. Okay, so far this year, I have 108 books in my TBR list. My goal is to read at least 50 books by the end of 2025. Last year, I read 15 or 16, which is pretty poorly, but that's okay because we listen and we don't judge. But this year, yeah, my goal is at least 50 books. So I have 100 in my TBR, which is twice my goal, and hopefully I'll reach the 100, you know, goal list, but if I don't, 50 is still good. So we're going to start with fiction. We have Lessons in Chemistry. I'm pretty sure they made this into a movie. I don't know, it kind of seemed cool to me. It kind of sounds like a feminist book. So we'll see. We have Krista Comes Out of Her Shell. I really like this book because it sounded to me like it talks about this really shy um girl, and I mean, as the title says, Krista comes out of her shell. I'm kind of like that, so I feel like, I don't know, hopefully this will make me feel heard and seen. So, and if it doesn't, it's fine. It's fine. We have Thinking of Ending Things. This sounds depressing, but it's an international bestseller. So, hey, we listen and we don't judge. We have Joy. This, honestly, the only reason why I picked it up is because of, if I'm saying it right, Jolie Reads. I hope I'm saying it right. I've been following her for a little while. She's honestly the reason why I got back into reading books so much. So I really appreciate her and I'm excited to read this. Normal People. I did watch the TV show. It was a little bit too sexual for my taste, so I hope the book is not as sexual. But Girl Interrupted. I picked up this book because the main character has BPD, which is borderline personality disorder. I have borderline personality disorder, so I'm just really excited to see, you know, how the book differs from the movie. And we have a novel love story, The Midnight Library, The Lost Bookshop, which I wasn't sure if it was fiction or fantasy. My Year of Rest and Relaxation, A Little Life, which I actually do have the book. I just don't know where I put it, but I know I have it. I have The Women, which I had the book, and The Women. Yes, I'm really excited because I'm currently reading um The Nightingale, which I love so far, so I'm really excited to read The Women. So there's The Women. Like I said, The Nightingale, love this book. I haven't finished it yet, but I love it so far. Homeseeking, which is gonna be coming out sometime soon in, I believe, January. It sounded really good. I'm not sure if it stays in the fiction or the romance category. Might be both, but I included it in fiction just in case because I wasn't sure if the story was specifically a love story or just fiction in general. So, but that's one of them. The Names, which is also going to be coming out in 2025, sounded really interesting to me. And shout out to the book of the month because that's the only reason why I found these two books. And The Emperor of Gladness, again, a 2025 book. Shout out to Book of the Month. We're going to switch into Christmas movies. Wow. No, Christmas books. Okay. Small things like these. How My Neighbor Stole Christmas. I heard a lot about that book. I just hope it's not as sexually filled. The Most Wonderful Crime of the Year. Oh my gosh, I tried to get my hands on this book from the library. Unfortunately, I'm not sure if it was already taken out by somebody else and there were just too many people that were trying to read it, or if it has to come out still, and that's why, I haven't been able. Woo, and that's why I haven't been able to get my hands on it, but I really do hope I will read it soon. We jump into romance. We have Say You Swear, The Fabric of Our Souls, which I wasn't sure if it was dark romance or a thriller. Who knows? Have If I Were You. I found this. It talked about basically this married couple. I think they're going through a rough time, and they're struggling. And then one day they just switch bodies, so it's kind of like a Freaky Friday. And I thought it was brilliant. So I'm excited about that. I decided that for 2025, I wanted to read more books from written by Emily Henry. So I got the beach read. We have Book Lovers. We have Funny Story. We have Binding 13, which I'm not exactly sure if I want to read just because it seemed to me like it's more of like a high school or college romance, which tend to be a little cringy for me. But we'll see. Never judge a book by its reviews. A Thousand Boy Kisses, Twisted Love, If We Ever Meet Again, Dishonestly Yours, Love Unwritten, Credence. I know again a lot of people say that it's not a good book, but I don't know. I just really want to read it and judge for myself. Wild Love, Not in Love, Done and Dusted. I'm really excited about. Just Some Stupid Love Story, The Love Hypothesis, Leather and Lark, which is dark romance. I'm not sure how I feel about dark romance, just because I did try to read Hunting Adeline, did not like it, so but we're gonna keep trying, give it another chance. We'll see how it goes. Now we have Halloween romance. I think I really like this genre. Well, it's not, I'm not sure if it's a genre, but it is for Sarah. So that's all that matters. We have My Roommate is a Vampire by Jenna Levine. She did write another book that I don't oh, My Vampire Plus One. Did not like it. Um, so I don't know. I'm gonna give her a second chance just because I really like the cover. That's the only reason why. So then we have Morbidly Yours, Love in the Time of Serial Killers. That sounded so good. Love Letters to a Serial Killer, Smile Beach Murder. Then we have our mystery slash thrillers, my favorite. It's sticking in my thigh. Ow! Books hurt. Let that be a lesson. I think we're good. We've got Pretty Girls, and we have two sisters. One of the sisters, because they were three, one of them died, and then one of the two sisters that were alive, their husband died again. Not again, but he died. And then they start finding out secrets. I don't know, it sounds good. So we have The Wife Upstairs, which, I don't know, it was her house first. Ooh. The Inmate by Frida McFadden. I read The Housemaid. I really loved it. So I'm going to be reading The Housemaid's Secret and the third one that I know I have. I don't know where I put it. I know it's white. I forget what it's called. Verity by Colleen Hoover. A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. I think I started reading this like a good couple of years ago. I was probably 18 or 19. Um, I never finished it. I don't even remember it, to be honest with you. Hidden Pictures. I just really love the name. That's why I picked it up. I have no idea what it is. Last Thing He Told Me. I just read the like prelogue and it was really interesting to me. Married couple, they really love each other. Husband ends up disappearing. I was like, ooh, I love that. I need you to read this. The Devil Wears Scrubs. I just picked it up because it's a Frida McFadden. The Unmothers, The Locked Door, Frida McFadden. Stalking Jack the Ripper. I got this at Barnes and Nobles because it was only $5. What the hell did I just read? Again, because of the title. Camp Damascus. I think it might be horror. I'm not sure. Then She Was Gone. I got this book by accident. I was supposed to get something else by on Facebook Marketplace, and then I got this book, and I was like, hey, whatever, I'll read it. The Midnight Feast. I got this because everybody said it sucked. So I was like, I want to read it. Then we have This Is Why We Lied, The 5-Year Lie, Listen for the Lie, The Paris Apartment, which is another one that people just did not like. Wrong Place, Wrong Time, You Shouldn't Have Come Here, which sounds really interesting. The Maidens? Maidens? The Last One at the Wedding, The Coworker, The Grey Wolf, The Berry Pickers, She's Not Sorry, which I almost bought the other day at Myers, but then I changed my mind because I have a lot of books I gotta read. The Boyfriend, The God of the Woods, To Die For, Beautiful Ugly, which I'm reading right now. I got this from Book of the Month, as you can tell by the corner. This hasn't come out yet. I think it's supposed to come out in a week or two, maybe even 3. So far, I really love it. So shout out to Book of the Month yet again. We have The Crash by Frida McFadden, which is also coming out in 2025. Famous Last Words coming out in 2025. The Man Made of Smoke coming out 2025. Don't Let Him In coming out 2025. Horror category. I don't have much here. I have Bunny. We have Listen to Your Sister and The Unworthy, which are coming out in 2025. The Unworthy is written by the same author that wrote Tender as the Flesh. A fantasy. For fantasy, we have Hooked, Powerless, Fourth Wing, Phantasma, and Catabasis, which is coming out in 2025. Young adult. Okay, for young adult, we have the Harry Potter books. I did not read the Harry Potter books until I was 19 or 20 for the very first time in my entire life. I only watched the movies when I was like 16. I got only as far as I think the Goblet of Fire or the Order of the Phoenix. That's as far as I got reading. Um, then my husband decided to buy me the actual physical copies that I could have in the house and read them. So far, I am at the Goblet of Fire. Um, then read um, Order of the Phoenix, the Half Blood Prince. Ooh, they're heavy. The Half Blood Prince. I love the covers. And the Deathly Hallows. Wow, I thought they were 8. Okay. Anyways, yes, so that's what I'm gonna be reading this year. So I think I might do a vlog of my Harry Potter reading journey. I'm excited. I've been like annotating too because I'm just so happy to be reading these books. So yeah. I have The Red Queen. I got this on Facebook Marketplace. So I'm excited. I had started reading the ACOTAR books. I only got as far as Court of Wings and Ruin. I got kind of bored around this book, so I'm gonna have to try and finish this. And then obviously there's Frost and Starlight, and then we have Silver and Flames. Then we have Divine Rivals, Sunrise on the Reaping. I love Suzanne Collins and I love the Hunger Games series. We have The Cruel Prince, Bride, Caraval, they both die at the end. Six of Crows, Of Beast and Beauty. Red Rising, which is supposed to be kind of like the Hunger Games, so I'm excited about that. Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas. Um, One Dark Window. I love the cover. I have no idea what it's about, but I love the cover. Yes, I judge my books by their covers. Yes, guilty of that. And the Book of Bill. It just looks like a Illuminati book, but who knows? I don't know. So yeah, those are the books that I'm gonna be reading in 2025. I'm not gonna lie to you. Everybody knows that you start with a TBR list, and then like halfway through the year, if you had 100 books, you end up having like 400. So I'm sure it's gonna expand, but I'm gonna try and be careful with that, just because that usually means that I end up not reading all these books that I want to read, and so it makes it kind of difficult. But I'm gonna try to stick with these, and we'll see how it goes. Other than that, thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you so much for supporting me. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, comment. Come tell me who you are, how you found my YouTube account, how you found this video, if you liked it, if you didn't like it, if any of these books are in your TBR lists, or if you have any book that you think I should really read. I would really appreciate that, just because I feel like I really like when somebody comes to me and tells me about a book that they read and they tell me to read it too. It just, I don't know. It's like when a girl comes and tells you you're pretty and you're like, oh, thanks. I hope that you stick with me. I hope that you continue to watch my videos. And who knows, this might become my fixed social media content app, just because it sounds like TikTok might be leaving us, which I'm on there too. And if that happens, I'm gonna need a new platform. So this might just become it. So that's it. Thank you again. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to have the space to speak my mind, to share what I like, to share what I don't like, and to connect with a community of book lovers just as much as I am too. So thank you, and I'll see you on the next video.